Welcome to the TAXMAN Show. We ask the questions to get all of your accounting, tax, and small business questions answered. Now here is your host, Albert Taxman Corey.
This is Albert Taxman Corey with another edition of the TAXMAN Show, where we ask the questions to make sure you get the best tax refunds. We're coming up with our new system, Perception, a book, and we'll be in Tampa next week. Today we're going to talk about 3 reasons why the IRS doesn't want you to be perfect. If you see, as I will walk backwards. Well, anyways, let me go the other way. See, this is my pool here. And my wife's got company coming in from Australia. She's from Australia. And she wants everything perfect, guys. Everything's perfect. New barbecue, new furniture that you can relate. How many of you, if you can raise your hands, if you're watching this later, give me some love to say that, in order to do something, you have to be perfect. Right? Well, guess what, guys? In success world and business world, guys, you don't have to be perfect, guys. I want you to get out there and jump. I want you to get started. Guess what? If you ever listen to read my stuff or talk to me, guess what? I got the worst grammar, probably the worst spelling, but I'm an average guy. But guess what, though? I keep struggling. I keep hustling. I've been doing tax stuff forever, and I can tell you that so many people that they have their dreams, and you hear, oh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know why. I don't have no money. I can't do it. Well, guess what? You just got to go out there and do it, guys. If the dream is big enough, you're going to get out there and do it. You can see, look, my wife made the patio pretty cool. Guess what, though? I'm not allowed to sit on anything. They come in on Wednesday night, and that's what I can put it there. She went and got everything new. But guess what? Success says, and to build my business, you don't have to have nothing new. You just have to say, guys, you need to get off your butt, and if the dream is big enough, and you like to make money, and you want to go do certain things in life, go out and do it. All right? Because I can tell you, here, look at the palm trees, man. Look, my wife got new palm trees. She's got new everything, dude, new barbecue, and everything. Let me give you this one little story. One of my clients, this is one of the stories I use. I'm going to be using on stage in Tampa next week. I'll be at Wow Social Factor in Tampa. Give me an instant message and I'll give you the exact address. Well, I'll put it in the notes below. So I have one of my customers, right? I have my customer. He's been coming now for about 20 years. He's got a regular job. And he says to me, he's got a pretty cool invention. And I ask him, hey, look, guys, hey, how you doing on your invention? Well, I don't have time. I work 60 hours a week. I got 3 kids. You know how it is. I got an awesome wife I got to take care of. Kids' events, get home late. I said, okay, that's pretty cool. Then I asked him a question. Okay, then I asked him a question. And this was Super Bowl weekend a few years back. And guess what? I said, are you going to watch the Super Bowl? He goes, oh, yeah, man. I'm going to have 30 people in my house. We're going to barbecue. I'm going to see the pregame, the postgame, the after game. And I said to myself, dude, obviously, this is a man who told me, oh, he has no time to build his dream. What I'm going to say is, dude, if he had no time, why is he watching the Super Bowl? Okay. The last thing, and by the way, Ed Milet's podcast pretty much said this. My dad used to always say this. The Super Bowl ain't going to make me any money, darling. They're all going to make money. All these people are making billions and billions of dollars. Did I watch the Super Bowl? Yeah. But, I make sure in order to watch the Super Bowl, I carved out time to do my work, to see my clients. I mean, there's been many Sundays, Super Bowl Sundays, that, we're working up until halftime. I don't give a crap. We work on Sundays during the season. And if somebody comes in, guys, I'm going to do their return. I don't care. Do I enjoy watching the Super Bowl? Yeah. but I'm going to get it done. You know, nobody says you had time. Well, what about Netflix? The average person, Netflix says, they watch about 14 hours of Netflix a week. Okay, all right, 14 hours in that week. Well, take 3 or 4 of those hours and work on your dream. Okay, when you work on your dream, right? The average American drives 35 minutes to work. How many of you guys drive 25 and 30 minutes to work every day? Well, instead of listening to the radio, go out and start listening to podcasts, listen to audiobooks. You know, do what you got to do to move your business forward. You know, part of the rituals that I've started, that I've been probably doing it now for the last maybe 3 years, is guess what? I don't even know the last time that I listened, you know, to the radio in my car or even Pandora. You know, unless my kids or somebody else is driving with me, you know, I very rarely listening to Pandora. You know, and I started listening to like podcasts and I started listening to audiobooks. And even then, that leads to other things. The true story is, because I listened to, and I'll tell you how everything relates back. One day I was going to go to an event. I go to a lot of events. And the event I was going to was in Tampa. And Tampa, St. Peter is about a 3.5 drive from Miami, where we're located. So what happens is, I always like to listen to stuff. So one of the things I started to listen to is, during the internet, you know, I mean, they're pretty cool at getting at people at this, is I downloaded the $1 Million audiobook from Uncle G. And guess what? That got me hooked on following Uncle G. Then I joined the ambassador group and da-da-da-da. Point is, guys, I started reading books. I started listening to stuff in my car. Okay, another cool factor is Zig Ziglar said, your car is your university. Well, if we're in our cars going to work back and forth 8 hours a week, why aren't we making our cars productive? So start listening to podcasts. And another thing I do about every other day is, some days when I'm driving, I don't listen to anything. Do you realize sometimes the quietness of your car will come up with the cool concepts of doing this? The funny thing is, that's why I came up with this podcast today, where I'm sitting in my car. I was stuck at a train near the house. I was listening to Ed Mallett, and then I didn't switch it over, and then I realized, dude, you know, I mean, that's a pretty cool podcast. So I come home, and guess what? My wife has the guys, you know, putting the new barbecue, putting everything together, and then that made me say, aha, this is my podcast for today. And of course, this podcast will then be turned in, because I went to an event. This will be turned in, this Facebook Live will be then turned into a podcast. Will then be sent up to YouTube, you know, Facebook, Twitter, you know, the whole bit. And, you know, and that's pretty much, you know, how it came up. So if you need to get a hold of me, it's very simple. By the way, we have my new podcast. If you just go on iTunes and the podcast and type in TAXMAN Show, I come up. We just went on today. We just got launched on Stitcher. You type that in and we come up. On Google Music Play or something. Anyways, we're on 7 chapters, 7 different stations, 7 different networks. Because we're a podcaster. We're on Spotify. So there's plenty of places that you can always get free content to finish everything. Guys, gotta go. I'll talk to everybody next week. Till then, remember, sharing is caring. Follow me on all the social media platforms. Like and share this if you're listening to this on iTunes and Stitcher. And please leave a comment. Thank you, guys, and have an awesome day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to The Taxman Show. If you have any questions, please leave it below or email it to albert@1040w2.com. Remember, sharing is caring. Please follow us on all social media platforms.